Hi, I'm Jake O'Flaherty, and unfortunately, I was involved in a car accident. You never know when these things are going to happen, and they're never great. But fortunately for me, I survived. I was slightly injured, and of course, the loss of my car was pretty devastating. The great part was that I knew somebody from GP Law Group, personally, and I gave him a quick call. I explained to him briefly what had happened, and within 24 hours, he had a breakdown for me of what my options were, gave me some peace of mind and some confidence moving forward that I was going to be okay, and that there were going to be some challenges probably along the way, but that they were going to be with me through this process to explain what I needed to know, and to guide me along the way to make some good choices, and to make sure that I got the medical attention that I needed as well. And for that, I will eternally be grateful. For me, knowing someone personally at GP Law Firm was an easy choice. David was somebody I could rely on and trust, and I understood that there were going to be a lot of challenges along the way here throughout this process. You hear all the horror stories from everybody else. You have to have somebody who's not just on your side, but who's going to stay calm and be patient and truly understand the value of explaining everything that you need to know along the way, not just legally, but also how the business works. Because there are some things that are going to be outside of your control or outside of their control, but you can prepare for it in advance, and that helps a lot for my peace of mind. The whole time I was with GP Law Group, I had phone calls, I had emails, I had texts. Whenever I had a question, I had a response within a very short amount of time, which again gives me that constant peace of mind as you're trying to navigate this incredibly confusing process when you're dealing with car insurance companies. Not just your own, but the other company who's responsible for the client that hit you. Nobody seems to want to pay, or until they have to. And you're dealing with maybe state laws or city regulations. You're dealing with the insurance companies going back and forth between each other. There's a lot of variables that you don't really think about. And then when you understand them, sometimes they still don't make any sense. So to have GP Law Group there with me, answering all the questions, reliable, confident, and patient with me, was a big help. When you're in this kind of a situation and you're dealing with a car accident, and like myself, you're mildly injured, there's a lot of complications that arise. A lot of them are unexpected. And for me, to have David and Manny at GP Law Group on my side, continuously checking in with me, making sure I'm okay, explaining the process to me, and truly exemplifying what advocacy is, meant a lot to me. There are different rules and regulations, it seems, depending on what city or state you live in. Different insurance companies react differently, and there's only so much you can control as an individual. When you have the right law group on your side, they're taking care of all of that for you. And on top of it, I think as an individual, you think, well, let me just get enough money back to reimburse me for the cost of the damage to the car. And it's so much more than that, most of the time. It's your loss of time, maybe from work. It was the fact that I didn't realize I was injured in the beginning. And it took several days for symptoms to show up. And then you go to the primary care physician, and then the chiropractor, and the pain management doctor. And these visits start to pile up fast, and so does the cost. And that is something that is really important. That's why you need the right attorneys working with you. They're going to make sure that you get seen and you get taken care of first. I just want to thank GP Law Group, because at the end, and it wasn't really that much time, I got my check in person at the office, surrounded by all the people who were involved in this whole process of helping me and answering my questions and my emails. There were a lot, yeah, I know. But you place the name with the face, and the office is exactly how I thought it was going to be. It was just warm and friendly and easy, and there wasn't any reason why I would not recommend and tell everybody about my experience, truthfully. I think it could have been a lot worse. I think it would have been a lot worse if I had tried to make some choices that, weren't really appropriate for the situation. And GP Law Group continuously guided me in the right direction in a very easy and confident way. And I'm really grateful.